Hello everyone, Absolutezero Baconator here, and today we're playing some more Purrfect Date. And if you'd like to see more, like, comment, and subscribe. But we're gonna continue on where we left off, and I'm gonna rest because I need all these hearts back. Waves crashing. The sound is so loud I can't make myself to be heard. But I hear screams to the life raft that's moving away, going down with this ship. It crashed against the sides of the old wooden vessel. It isn't right. The ship looks wrong. Cat face looms close to mine. Everything's wrong. All of it. Ew. Which cat are you? Oh, I'm turning into a cat! Words come out of my mouth as mewling. Realize I'm not myself, I'm some kind of beast. Suddenly I'm flying! I'm in the claws of an enormous bird. The wings are beating. Look down and see the ground approaching. You could drop through the break. What does that mean? What break? What break? Breakfast! Scaring the shit out of me! Okay, weird ass dream. We're gonna go on another romantic date. Can I go on more different cats? Well, Snooty Booty's heartbroken. So I can only go out with one cat at a time, I guess. I guess we're getting drunk again! Time to get drunk! It's sweltering in the mess tent. Typically for me to get cook duty on the hottest day so far. Step out for a moment to try to catch the mare. Psst. I'm not sure if I really heard something or the dehydration's getting to me. Take a swig from my water bottle. Hey, aren't you gonna share, kid? Oh, McMurphy! Was that you psting? What are you suggesting, Kara? I only use the designated litter areas. Or if you're incorrigible, I know exactly what I meant. Come on, Kara, never mind all that. We have work to do. I am working. I'm supposed to be cooking this evening. I mean, work of the adventuring variety. Oh, of course you do. Come on, don't be a bore. I'm sorry, McMurphy, but I can't. I'm busy here. It's gonna take hours to defrost and braise this meat from the mainland. Come with me. You may end up providing a little tastier dish in half the time. What do you say, Kara? Up for the crate? What are you saying? What do you mean I just bunk off? That's a spirit. Strip off your apron. Let's hit the trail. Can't just when someone comes looking for me. Leave him a note. Gone fishing. Leave it to be, but I'm overcoming the moment madness. Okay, you little Irish rover. I'm all yours. Now there's a... Ha! He's slunk into a thickening of the forest behind the clay cooking pit. Whip off the apron and follow behind. I don't like the way he was acting right there. Wait, it's too hot to run. And we really ought to cool ourselves off, eh? How am I gonna be cooling myself off? He's headed me up to the cliffs and without warning takes a running jump off the edge. See him fly through the air and watch mesmerized as he cuts through the water. You okay? Don't panic, I'm coming. Take off my flip-flops and shorts and follow him in the water. I'm surprised at how shallow it is. Easily standing. Murph, where are you? Frantically search, fearing for safety, and suddenly feel something brush against my leg, making me scream. What's that? I look down and see McMurphy speeding along the seabed like a shark, fast and sleek, and suddenly breaking through the surface of something in his mouth. You can swim? What on earth is that? Oh, it's a fish. What the hell just fell? I just realized the music's saying meow. I just noticed the music's going meow, meow, meow. I just noticed that. I can see you smiling with the sprat in the way. You can fish? Spits a fish back in the water. There's truly no end to my talents, Kara. You can say that again, but I have so many questions I don't even know where to start. Get your breath, Kara. I know I'm exhilarating company. You need to exercise a bit of restraint, or you'll be swooning on me next. Relax, the salt water is very buoyant. Cubby McMurphy and we both lie on our backs on the surface. It's very calming and tranquil. Finally able to collect my thoughts. Realize I've not had this much clarity in a long time. This is so cool. I know Trixie took me here first. Calls it the Ponder Pool. Can you all swim then? I thought cats... If I'm gonna finish my sentence, McMurphy cuts in. It's a common misconception that cats can't swim. As you can see, it's another thing we excel at. So humble, too. Yeah, pretty humble. I'm gonna have to do this right now. As Nana McMurphy used to say, if you got a trumpet, blow it. I can't go grab my trumpet, it's buried. What about the fish? Where'd they come from? There are no birds or fish on the island. This is one of the first things they tell you in orientation. That's just because they don't know. Don't know what? It's better if I show you. Come on, Kata. Follow me. We swim for a while, and Murphy leads the way with purpose. Then he stops. Notice anything interesting? Well, the water's much cooler and deeper. Anything else? Can you feel it? Stand perfectly still for a moment and begin to feel a strange sensation on my legs, like a warm trickling under the water. Are you peeing? Don't be so crude, kid. It's a current. Look over there. Refocus my eyes until I see what I thought was a rock shadow. It's moving. Coming closer into focus, I realize it's a shoal of small fish darting in and out. I don't understand what I'm looking at. Is it enough to see, kid? To experience? You always have to understand everything. Well, that's who I am, McMurphy. I'm a scientist. It's in my DNA to speak. Come on, scientists, take a closer look. We move closer to the area where the fish are gathered. I put my hands down and realize I can touch them. Pick them up, but something is stopping them from swimming further inland. McMurphy, we need to get going. I'm going to be in big trouble if I'm away from for any longer. But thank you for showing me this. I'm definitely going to come back here and try to understand it. I wouldn't waste your time, kid. Wouldn't be a waste. I'm committed to finding all I... He cuts across me as I'm speaking. Meant coming back to this particular spot. Fish just won't be here. Oh, only at certain times? Different locations. Changes all the time. No patterns to it either. You'd be sticking pins on maps, Kara. I brought you here because I saw them this morning. Chances are they'll be gone by this afternoon. Disappointment must be apparent on my face because McMurphy switches lanes super fast. Okay, Kara, time to strip off. What? T-shirt would make a lovely net. Let's go fishing. Fuck it, I'm already down the rabbit hole. Let's fish. Whip off my top and use it as a net to scoop up as many fish. Good idea, Murph. I can wrestle up a tasty fish supper in no time at all. I get to enjoy my company for an extra hour. Win-win, Kata. Okay, so now I have a little challenge for you. That, Kata, is music to my ears. Little I like more than a gauntlet thrown. It's hardly a gauntlet, more of a brain teaser. How am I going to extend the rest of my team this bountiful ocean offering? I tell them anything at all. Because they're gonna notice they're eating something that wasn't on the delivery list or the menu rota and tastes way too fresh for something recently defrosted. You worry too much about things that really don't matter. I know he's right. I could do with loosening up a little, but it's a pretty big dilemma, really. Maybe I have to tell Professor Popper about this. What's the harm? Maggot stops splashing around, looks me squarely in the eyes. There would be harm, Keta. Trust me on that. I feel like the professor's a bad guy. Obviously, I don't mean I'd tell him about you or anything that would endanger any of us. Just I noticed a shoal of fishes and I took some. End of. You really think you can mention a phenomenon like this and that would be the end of it? That he wouldn't start putting all manners of investigation and disruptions in place? You're touchingly naive, my friend. I feel myself blush. I'm a bit naive, but I don't like the thought of lying. What do you suggest then if you know so much about everything? Give me a plausible story and I'll follow through. Let's let a wild howl and splashes water at me. That's what I like to hear, you impetuous daredevil, you. Splashing back and a furious water fight ensues. Making such a ruckus, I'm amazed no one comes to check what's going on. After a good 10 minutes of laughter and play, we run out of steam and float to the buoyant, warm water. Cheer then, Oz. What's my cover story? Very simple case of brazen bluffing. Okay. Make it simple but delicious meal. If anyone asks where the fish came from, shrug your shoulders and ask the same question. Still in the poker face. You remain completely impassive and ask the same question? Yeah, I wondered that too. Where did the fish come from? They're delicious. I mean, to be fair, they probably would investigate it still, but that's pretty smart. Trust me, Kata. It's a cat who is forever risking one of his 9 lives. The simpler you keep it, the more they buy it. They ask you where you got it from. You tell them the fridge. Simple. Feel giddy at the prospect of getting away. Okay, let's gather for supper. We have abundance in no time. Haul my catch back to the kitchen in good time to make a tasty meal. And a little extra for my feline pals. Aw, I'm being nice. Do I want to do romance some more? Do I want to do research or recon? We'll do an extra romance today. Then I'll do research or recon, and then I'll move on. Well, I guess we know who I guess I know who we're dating. It's too beautiful a day to be slaving in a hot tub. So when Murph invited me for a stroll, it was easy to say yes. Not that I need such incentive to spend time with him. He's a very engaging company. We've come to one of my favorite spots where the cliff sweeps outward above the blue water. Suddenly, without any warning, McMurphy plunges over the top of the towering rocks. I run to the cliff's edge with my heart in my mouth and see what happened. There's a sight I haven't got used to. He's in the water. More otter than cat, waving me to follow. Jump, Gata! Jump! The water's grand! McMurphy! Shocked by the shrillness of my voice, I had intended it to be quite such a shriek. Aim for stern astonishment. That's too dangerous. You could do yourself serious injuries from such a height. Psst. Come on, Gata! Or you won't get to see this little surprise I have in store. You've already surprised me enough for today. Which one of us meant to be the pussy? Ooh. At this, I'm filled with rage that's taken over my body before I knew it. Halfway between the ledge and water, bracing for impact. This way! Still catching my breath as McMurphy's head disappears under the surface. My mind says, no, this is ridiculous. Back to land is distant, but my body is following the Irish cat. As my eyes take a moment to adjust, but when they do, I hardly believe what I'm looking at. It's a ship. As we approach it from the stern, it looks intact. See the name on the rear port side, and through the faded words are unmistakable. Kitty's Desire. Why is it called Kitty's Desire? I had swimming due to the excitement and lack of oxygen. Floundered to the surface to catch my breath. Kitty's Desire. I feel like I know that name. McMurphy eventually bobs up to join me on the surface. Surprised? A shipwreck? Very old island, Gata. A lot has happened here. But how did the ship even get here before the path was made? Don't ask me, Gata. I'm in it for the grog. River smiles and dives back into the murky depths. Follow a flailing flesh bag in comparison to Murphy's sleek figure. Try to get a closer look at the wreckage. It's a big ship, likely a trade vessel, judging from the size. It's hard to tell how old it is, but certainly isn't modern. Maybe 18th, 19th century. When we entered the ship from a huge hole in the stern, we realized that a lot of the vessel was actually on land. It's obvious that it ran ashore after it was damaged at sea. Not much time to ponder the mechanics of what happened as McMurphy is tugging at my t-shirt with the right paw, gesturing while his other paw is stretched to a cabin he wants to enter. Grateful for the air trapped inside and gasp for air. Here, Gata, look! Hold on, let me catch my... He's already ducked into the next cell. How's he not out of breath? I realize his ability to swim underwater is unusually strong, but he barely breaks the surface at all. And here through the hole! Sounds really exciting. As I enter, I see why. There in the center of the cabin, it's a chest. It's wedged between the wall and a surprisingly well-preserved writing desk. The only thing preventing it from falling is being buried in the sand. Treasure! What's in the treasure? Sound like a giddy kid and feel embarrassed when he joins Michael Lee and suddenly we're cheering and laughing together. Go on, open it, Gata. Okay! What are you waiting for? Key? Ah! Does it need one? Well, of course it does. It's a locked treasure chest. Can you not break the lock? True. What kind? Oh, wait. Oh, no, you really can't. What do you think I am, Houdini? I don't know about that, but I know you're a very clever scientist whose thirst for knowledge matches my thirst for grog. So, you get yours and I'll go get mine. The monkey grins before darting into the next cabin. I hear familiar clinking of bottles. Said to shut a lock anyway, Murphy is getting his. Look around for something, anything I could lever it with, and disappointed. Everything except the desk and the chest have been washed away. I'll have to come back with tools to tackle that lock, Murph. There comes no response. He's obviously still busy with his looting. I swim to the beach to get a better look at the wreck. When I take in the scene properly, I can make it what looks like another large ship just a bit further down the beach. I hardly believe what I'm seeing. One huge sea vessel finding its way to the island is strange enough, but two meeting the same unhappy fate is more than my brain can process. Kind of weird. Proximity of the pair would suggest a collision of some kind. The second vessel could have been a pirate ship. Maybe it was attacking a merchant. I get the feeling I'm looking at the conclusion of a very interesting story. I wonder why Professor Popper didn't tell me about it. Obviously, he must be aware of two vessels. My nose for intrigue has started to twitch, burning to know more. So I'd take some of the debris, splinters, and small chunks of metal and pocket it for later analysis in the lab. When I'm satisfied, I've fairly combed the beach for specimens and have salvaged anything of interest. I realize I haven't seen McMurphy for a while. My heart stops. My hair on my neck stands on end. How could I have been wrapped up in my work? I rejected to keep an eye on him. McMurphy? I met with silence and still water. Run back towards Kitty's Desire, my heart thumping. McMurphy! Jump in the sea and swim back to the stern. Doesn't seem to be any life around there. Break through the surface with a choke to call it again. My throat is hoarse. Where? I catch sight of a shadow out the corner of my eye, crawling along the seabed. Dive under and instantly see that's the Irish cat stalking and prowling as if we were on land. quickly grab him by the scruff of his neck and bring him back to shore. McMurphy, what on earth were you playing at? Catch my breath on checking him, but he happily rolls on his back into the sand. Having a grand time until you manhandled me with those big meaty paws of yours. Get serious or let it go? Let it go. Big what? Charming, I must say. Have you know that I was worried about you? Fully appreciate it, Gata. Meaty paws. Murphy started laughing. I'm too infectious not to join. Seriously though, that was some impressive breathing control. I didn't see you come up for air once. I think I get it from my mother, God bless her. I believe she had fantastic lungs. Do you remember her? He's talked about her sometimes. Flashes, but Gata, I'm on that grog, I have all kinds of flashes, so who knows what's real and what isn't. He was nudging me off the subject, so I respect his privacy. So we don't know about these two beauties, then. His face is ship in silence for a moment or two. And that'll have been the source of a great pleasure for me, Gata. Beyond that, I don't really care too much. You really are the embodiment of hedonism. Take that as a compliment, Gata. Can't help but laugh. You would. Worse things in life than a little pleasure. True, but a little balance may be even better. And that's where you come in. What do you mean by that? You bring some balance to me. You let me be me, but you help me stay safe. I suppose so, and he brings the spice of whatever otherwise be a rather bland scientist taste. His eyes glitter in the sunlight, and he throws me a wink. Come on then, swashbuckler. I need something to eat after all that adventuring. I'll walk you back to camp if you promise to save a bite of your friendly tour guide. What the hell is happening? What's happening? We gotta unlock? Unlock an extra, okay. Okay. I have one more heart. I'm gonna do recon. I'm gonna do recon this time. I only have 2 recons. I'll go security guard, then I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I'll try to finish the... I might finish the romance and then finish research, maybe. And it's staring at the back of my head for a long time now. Too long. It's starting to feel creepy. I don't understand it. All he does is sit in that chair by the dock, eating egg sandwiches, doing crosswords. How has a man like that become the security guard? So all I can tell. The job consists of greeting the boat to make sure nothing authorized gets on or off, picking up supply deliveries, and occasionally taking a long, lazy nap on the island to make sure everything's secure. Wonder what he knows about the research that's going on. Doesn't seem to be interested. It's time to get to know him, or just join him at the dock. Sit next to Zane, me on the sand, him on the chair. He's not wearing his big coat, and his short sleeve shirt allows me to notice for the first time how surprisingly muscular he is. Never thought of him as security in the bodyguard sense, but now, squinting at him sideways, not to stare at him, I begin to see him in a new light. Blunt, I pluck up the courage to talk. Hey Zane, how are you? Are you trying to start a conversation? He says without looking up for his crossword puzzle. Suppose I am, yes. I don't get to check with humans much in my job. Research Assistant 125. Wait, am I the 120? He rolls out words like he's been reading them. Am I number 125? Yes, that's me. So what does the number stand for? You don't know? Yes, but not listening. I'm still glued. No, to be honest, I don't know much at all. Definitely lack of intel sharing. What project would that be? This one, this whole research project that's going on. Is there more than one? Depends who you ask. See, there's something wrong. I was just asking you. You don't understand your job. You don't need to. I don't care about things I don't need to. What do you care about? He looks at me for the first time. You really want to talk, don't you? There's not much else to do here besides. I'm interested in it all, aren't you? My interest consists of what's for dinner and when my next puzzle book is coming. When's it coming? You get it delivered? It comes with the mail. Wait, how long do we get mail? Stop backing. He's back to not look at me again. You mean the parcels? And the letters, yeah. Wait, we get letters? Letters? Who would go to the trouble of sending mail all the way here? I laugh, but Zane looks serious. Save for sending mail the old-fashioned way, with female to viruses, hackers, worms, cyber terrorists. Get the feeling he's not tech-savvy. Yeah, but anyone can open and read a letter, right? Not if I'm around. Besides, we suspect that someone important would be in a fragrant pink envelope. Wait a minute. Need any help with that crossword? I'm pretty good. I can do cryptic puzzles. Son usually gives me a little kudos, but he ignores. I decided to come out and ask what's on my mind, and can't be more awkward than we already are. But they said pink envelope. We've been seeing weird envelopes around. Have you ever noticed anything strange going on here? Cat's behaving weirdly. He suddenly looks up, his eyes looking straight into mine. No, have you? Not exactly, but he looks at me probably for the first time. Definitely captured his attention, but too nervous to follow through. It's being silly. Like if human company can get to me, give me daft ideas. Such as? Still staring at me as though he's trying to read my mind. Sometimes when I'm out tagging, I feel like they're playing games on me. Like children, hide and seek, that kind of thing. Some of the cats may be cleverer than any of us give them credit for. That's my turn. He knows something. In what way? They know when they stay out of the sun. You're going pink. That moment, if there is one, is over. So maybe Zane is the best person to talk about. Feeling unwanted and dejected, I decided to head back to camp and stand up and brush off the sand. What's a 5-letter word for solitude? Alone. Silently scribbles in the book as I leave. That was good timing. That was a good timing word. That's funny. Time the rest. Let me see. Everything I need? I refer to my mom's recipe. Granola. Ooh. Okay. That's a lot of stuff. Flaked almonds, pecans, dried... Ooh, that sounds really good. Coconut shavings. Oh, damn. This sounds really good. Wait, did I forget to order the coconut? I rummage around on the supply bin that arrived until my hands find the bag they're searching for. Phew. Coconut shavings are a necessity. Wait, even if I had forgotten, I'm on an island with an abundance of fresh coconuts. Still getting used to island life. Set the oven to 150 degrees Celsius and leave it to heat while I measure out the rolled oats. I have quadrupled the quantity so that it will last the whole summer. Seems vast compared to how much I make at home, but it would be disastrous if I ran out. Homemade granola is absolute essential. Mix dried ingredients together in a large bowl, and then I add the wet to form a gold moist consistency. Actually, I added a splash more oil than suggested. The mixture was feeling a bit drier than usual. Next, I spread it evenly on a baking tray lined with parchment. Rock it in the oven for 20-30 minutes. The smell always drives me crazy. Toasty, warm, homey. I miss my mom. Once done, I add the fruit as it dries and cools and put it in several large storage jars. Make sure to stuff fistfuls into my mouth as I do. It sounds good. It really sounds good. You probably could make it. Oh, I actually can do the extras from here. Here, I haven't clicked extra yet. Let me click it. Oh, there's only 7. I unlocked one. Let's do romance. We're gonna go back to romance. I'll try to do that one thing. Who do I date? Wait, there's a 6th option. Who's the 6th option? I don't know, but let's talk to McMurphy again. As the sun is going down, I decide to retreat into the tent for the night. When I undo the flap, I see McMurphy curled up asleep on my pillow. McMurphy, you're gonna get your fur all over everything. Oh, hi there, kid. You're back late, you rapscallion. What are you doing in my bed? Oh, come now, we both know I'd get in your bed eventually, didn't we? Aha! Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. Hands reach for the spray bottle, but he throws up his paws offensively. I'm an unarmed cat, Kata. I actually came to give you something for good behavior. Don't make me send it back now. What are you gonna give me? Sure, now you're listening. I found something that might just interest you. It's more of that grog, and I can assure you it's not interested in the slightest. Sit on the end of my bunk and push him off my pillow, but allow him to stay on the bed. As he moves reluctantly aside, I see a black corner poking up from under my blanket. What's that? Why don't you take a look? I am skeptically nervous of what he's roping me into now. Tell me what it is. You just pick it up, Kata. It won't bite. Carefully reach for it and realize it's a small leather book, beautifully aged. It seems to be in good condition. I open it and as gently as I can, fear that it might turn to ash in my hands. First page, smudged and faded, but not to destroy by time or water, are the words. Captain's log. I can't stop myself from gasping out loud. Where'd you find this? Well, you can find it at the bottom of a bottle. For 12. You pressed. Wait, it was in the bottle of alcohol? Speechless, I could kiss your furry head. Don't let me stand in the way of you and your passion. Jesus Christ, McMurphy. Probably knows he's still speaking. I begin to try to decipher the entries, and I'm instantly engrossed. 1789, the men are getting restless. I begin to fear for the continued safe running of this vessel, my vessel, which they're in mind to take ownership, even if my captain's instincts serve me right. Are you listening? Sorry, what? I said, maybe I should leave you to it then. Yes. No, wait, McMurphy, tell me where we really got this from. Was it the treasure chest? No, Kata. Would you believe it? The thing was full of nothing but sand and seawater. That bit of treasure, on the other hand, I found at the bottom of one of the crates of grog, and in between the bottles. This belongs to a captain. Why would it be in the crew's provisions? Let you figure that one out, Brainiac. Think of it as a puzzle to keep you amused of all your cold-only nights. McMurphy smirks and saunters out of the tent. I unlocked a new recon. Interesting, I got a new recon. I'm gonna finish recon now. I'll finish recon and romance right now. Let's read the captain's log, and then after we'll do McMurphy and we'll see if anything happens. The book McMurphy gave me is sitting on my lap. I wonder what Pirate's Diary is doing on the island. Maybe there's some clues. The log reads. I feel an almighty crash and then silence and stillness everywhere. It took a few seconds to gather my thoughts and understood what had happened. If it were ever really possible to understand this godforsaken place and how we got so far off course to reach here. In that moment, immediately after we hit the rocks, I knew two things. I was alive and we were on land, and I felt grateful. It felt like a chance of survival, and I was determined to grasp it. I felt my legs intact and began crawling over the slated shingle, seemed to stretch upwards to eternity. What type of place was this? Darkness was falling fast, but I needed to make sure we would be safe in this unexplored terrain. Who knew what would happen during the long night? What creatures it may bring? Even what strange meteorological anomalies? I look at the sky, and I felt anything was possible, and we ought to be prepared. We had to work fast. I assembled the men, raggle-taggle though we were, in some kind of orderly unit, and hoped that the familiarity of discipline would raise morale. We're all tired, cold, and hungry. Some of us needed medical attention, which was not going to be easy. But it's what I was trained for, and I'd rather die than let my men down. I needed to make shelter. My voice sounded thin and weak against the sound of the waves. First light, I looked around and began to take the stock properly. It's gratifying to see that the temporary shelter we had cobbled together last night was still intact. No disaster had befallen us to add the difficulty we were already burdened with. Considering conditions, we erected this makeover. I'm smart! Considering the conditions, we erected this makeshift cover in a shorter time. I felt hardened for the first time since we were out at sea, where a strange electrical storm began, the end of us being thrusted here against the unforgiving rock of this terrifying place. We could do so much more with daylight on our side and food in our bellies. So they were shipwrecked on this island. The thought of being first inhabitants here is terrifying. How on earth did they survive? Or did they? That's a good question. I want to believe they were rescued, but that seems unlikely. I'll read more of this evening. I put the book away. A small piece of paper falls in my lap. Must have been hidden amongst the pages of the log. A note or a letter? Sally, I know you worry for me, but do not. The men do not treat me bad. They give me food, and do not beat me so much anymore. Captain is not so fearsome as what they say, giving me lessons on my writing. I am improving. I practice all night because I can't sleep. I work hard sometimes till my hands crack and bleed, but I still use them every morning to pray for you. You are safe and well, and we'll be together once again. I miss you so much. The seas have not been smooth. Sometimes I worry that we will capsize completely and be lost out here forever. But I would swim the widest ocean back to you, my sweet sister. I hope you're practicing your writing too. I'd like to read your clever poems again. Your loving brother, Jim. That is a really nice letter. I wonder what became of Jim. Probably dead. Being honest, or he's a cat. Well, I could do a research. Screw it, I'm going to do a research, and then I'm going to end this video off, guys, and we'll continue with the next part. Slow day, but I got to organize a few samples. Field trip. Let's do this one. Cataloging samples. We'll do that one. It's pretty simple sounding. Today I'm in the lab doing floor research at not the most exciting job, but if I keep my head down, I can get through it quickly enough. It really consists of unpacking the new samples of plants and flowers that the professor and I have collected on our foraging expeditions, logging them into the database of organic substances on the computer. Most of them are commonplace plants that grow abundantly in the forest, but occasionally we come across something more rare or exotic. One of the samples I'm looking at today is a Candelua incana martima. Very interesting indeed. I can't help speculate that it's been cultivated in the Marigold's little greenhouse and then transplanted to open ground. Distracted momentarily by the sound of clinking glass, I see the beautiful manicured paw of a Sphinx cat tapping on a beaker, nudging it precariously close to the edge of the counter. Boots, stop that. You're not supposed to be in here. She laughs as though I told a joke. That's a frightfully pretty flower. Candela incana martima, if I'm not mistaken. You never cease to amaze me, Boots. How on earth did you know that? Why, make it my business to know about all the rare and valuable works of art. Art? Why not? It has been created like a sculpture or painting. The marigolds are true artists in the garden. I mean, if you put it that way, flowers, yeah. Wonder if they had something to do with this. It's so unusual. Even in its natural swampy habitat. But to have it growing here in the forest is very out of the ordinary. Yes, its properties are extraordinary too, human. Quite new to botanical science, so I probably don't know the half of it. Why don't you fill me in? I'm always happy to facilitate your learnings, human. Simply can't stay here a moment longer. The air is so stale, don't you find? I ignore her sideways glance and turn up the nose. Let's go to the beach and drink some coconut water. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Snoots, I'm not going anywhere until I finish this. Don't be ridiculous. You can tinker around here anytime, but the sun will be gone in an hour or two. I'm not tinkering. This is my job. If I don't get it done, the professor will want to know why. Explain to him you have better things to do. You're sassy. Snooty booty, I won't tell you again. If he catches you here, Popper will cage you. Be careful with that flower, human. It doesn't do to inhale that fragrance too deeply. What? I turn to ask why and see her flounce out, knocking the beaker with a swish of her tail as she does. Did that on purpose! She's gone and leaves. Great, now I have to clean it up. Thanks a fucking lot. Dumb bitch. And with that, guys, I'm going to end this video off here. If you guys like to see more, like, comment, subscribe. Until then, Absolutezero, bacon every time.